What town did you grow up in?
Torquay. It's set, Fawlty Towers. You ever seen Fawlty Towers? Yeah.
Okay.
That was set in Torquay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because what happened was Monty Python, when Monty Python first came out, it had no budget. But the BBC approved it because John Cleese was coming off the Goon Show and a couple of other shows. That was Week That Was with David Frost, and he came up with the idea for an ensemble cast, Monty Python. And they said, all right, well, we'll put it on the air for 6 episodes, but you can't film it in London. It's too expensive. So go somewhere else that's cheap. So they went to Torquay, which is a coastal town, and they could stay in bed and breakfast for 19 shillings a night, which was about $1.40 at the time. Jesus. And 20 miles away was Plymouth, which is a big city. So that doubled as London, but they had the coast for any like pirate scenes, etc. Like the opening with "It's" where the guy comes out of the water, and they also had the moors for any country scenes. They shot everything in Torquay for the first season, and the BBC looked at it and said, "Yeah, the show's not going to do anything. We're going to put it on late at night on a Saturday, but we'll give you a second season anyway. You can keep doing it." So they did 2 years in Torquay, and when the show first aired 11:30 on a Saturday night, buried right before the BBC turned off, because they would turn off at midnight. Yeah. College students found it, and it became a huge hit. So the BBC said, well, we'll try it at 7:30 at night, even though it's offensive. And then everyone loved it. And of course, Monty Python's Flying Circus became, the gateway for comedy and inspired Saturday Night Live to start over here. Yeah. But the experience that John Cleese and the cast had in Torquay caused John Cleese to come up with a show called Fawlty Towers about his experience staying in this bed and breakfast, because here were all these English actors that were all fairly famous in their own right, and the guy who ran the bed and breakfast had no time for them. They go, excuse me, could I have a second cup of tea? A second cup of tea. And so Fawlty Towers was born, and the impact of Fawlty Towers was John Cleese did 2 seasons of 6 episodes, and it was huge, the biggest comedy in history. And the BBC said, how much do you want for a 3rd season? And he said, I'm not going to do it. He said, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. I'm done. And that inspired another comedian called Ricky Gervais, who, when he did The Office, he did 2 seasons of 6. And the BBC said to him, 3rd season? He goes, no. John Cleese said 2 seasons was enough. That's all I'm going to do. Yeah. And they said, please, we'll give you any amount of money. See the truck outside? Full of British bank notes. We'll tip it in your driveway if you do another show. And he said, all right, I'll do a one-off show. I'm going to do a finale. It's going to be set 2 years later after The Office. Everyone's going to come back together, and we'll find out what they've been doing. And they said, great. Tip the money in the driveway. When's it going to be ready? And he said, in 2 years. We're going to wait. And he made the BBC wait 2 years for it.
Yeah.
To hear the whole conversation, subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, or visit nevernotfunny.com.